Green. I was just checking out. I don't even know where I found this. Probably Reddit is probably the answer to that question. I was just looking at. I mean, the Obama campaign has its act so together on the internet. It's kind of ridiculous, and I'm a little bit upset in general by the fact that Mitt Romney has been able to raise so much more money than Barack Obama, and that's clearly because he's raising money from a very few, very large donors who want certain things. For example, I mean, there are lots of reasons to be conservative in this country. There are lots of reasons to be, a Republican, and I do not begrudge that. But as far as the tax code goes, I mean, we're in, not the best situation financially in this country. We need revenue, and we also need people to have enough money to, continue to stimulate the economy, but also, pay for things like healthcare and food and schools for their children, because we need people to be well educated. And when I'm looking at this, it's just sort of amazing. So I figured I was going to come to this tax calculator, and I was going to see that people who make like $50,000 would get more money, more tax savings is the term that they use. And I don't know how I feel about that term, but that's the term that they use. The people who make $50,000 a year and have zero dependents would save money under Barack Obama and not under Mitt Romney, and that is the case. But I figured as I moved up, so now we've got $150,000 for two people. This is a married couple, so if we go to single, it's different. But this is two married people, and to be clear, a lot of people think that $50,000 for a married couple is really not a lot of money, but it is in fact. I need to check that. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. Now I am back. So I thought I was saying that $50,000 to some people seems like a tiny amount of money for a married couple, but it's actually, fairly average. And yeah, I think poverty is $20,000 for a family of four. So we're way above that right now. Way into the middle class. If we, so I figured that if we start, that Romney's tax plan would start being helpful at six figures, but it's not. Under Obama, you still save way more money than you do under Romney, and I'm confused. So I keep upping this number. So we're a married couple with no children right now, and we still get more tax savings at $150,000 a year under Obama than Romney, and that's. So I went to $200,000, and I thought, then certainly at $250,000 per year, you would save more under Romney than Obama. But no. So $350,000, which is officially the top 1% of Americans, you're still saving more with Obama than Romney. I'm like, when does the transfer happen? 450,000? No, not 450,000. 500,000, I think, is where it happens. It happens at $500,000. Then suddenly you save $36,000 under Mitt Romney. So you have to be making $500,000 per year for this guy's tax plan to benefit you. It's just, and then I'm like, okay, well, what if we just really bump this up I think it's at $1 million. At $1 million, you're saving, if you're making $1 million a year, you are saving $250,000 under Romney's plan. This, to me, it's just clearly fundraising. It's okay, let's put together a tax plan that will help us raise money for television advertisements. We'll use the television advertisements to convince the populace that Mitt Romney is right for them. And then we'll use the tax code to raise money for the television advertisements. Is that, I don't know. I could, maybe there's a better, explanation for this, but it seems to me very frustrating, because it seems to me like this is why Mitt Romney, and I'm sorry that I'm such a uncloseted liberal here, but this is why Romney can raise so much more money than Barack Obama, because he's saving people who make more than $1 million a year $250,000 a year, and you're gonna pay for that guy to get into office, right? You're gonna give him at least, it's still break even for you if you give him $200,000. It's break even. You're making a profit. You're making a $50,000 profit if you pay $200,000 to get Mitt Romney into office. I mean, I'm sorry. This is why this is Hank's channel, because it's Hank here. And that does not make me happy.